Hi, my name is Hannah and I am a nutrition educator with Cornell Cooperative Extension of Jefferson County. Today I'm going to be showing you a very simple recipe for making delicious roast vegetables. Roasting my vegetables is one of my favorite ways to eat more veggies because you can make it in endless combinations. Today I will be showing you with broccoli, but you could do cauliflower, carrots, sweet potatoes, anything you find at the grocery store, you can pretty much roast it. Bell peppers are another great one. They are also an excellent way to use up those veggies that might be a little bit past their prime, so maybe bell peppers that are a little bit not as crisp, or if you got some carrots that are starting to be not as crunchy either, you can go ahead and just cut those up and roast them, and they'll bring out a lot of really beautiful, delicious flavors and a new crunchy texture. So let's go ahead and get started. First, preheat your oven to 425 degrees. I'm starting here today with a nice head of broccoli. You could use whatever vegetables you'd like. The important thing is just to make sure you're starting off with a washed vegetable and that you've also patted it dry. That will make sure that when you put it in the oven, it won't steam, but it will actually roast and become a nice crispy flavor. So to prep my broccoli for roasting, I'm going to pull off some of these lower leaves here. And then go ahead and using my knife, getting a good grip on it, kind of actually pinching the blade there, as you can see, so I have a lot of stability. I'm just going to cut off the end. I know a lot of folks would actually cut way up here and remove this whole stem, but I find that the stem is actually one of the most delicious parts of the broccoli and can be really sweet. You just want to make sure that you remove the tough outer layer because it can be pretty fibrous. But you can just do that with a normal vegetable peeler, like so. It gets a little bit stuck. Great. So then I'm just going to go ahead and kind of dice or slice my stem up like this. So I'm not doing super small pieces. You can see they're about this size, maybe a quarter or so. I'm already getting some little florets that are falling off, but I'm just going to keep focusing on the stem for now. Go ahead and put all my pieces in the bowl, so we're going to add our oil on them afterwards. Once I have my stem kind of broken up and my florets are all starting to get separated, I'm going to go ahead and slice those up. So the smaller pieces you get, the quicker it's going to cook. I usually like to do my pieces about this size. I find that they get nice and crispy around the edges, but still pretty tender in the center, which is how I like my roasted broccoli. You might play around with it a little bit and see what you and your family like the most. I'm going to take a little bit more off the stem here. Once you have your roasted veggies, I like to just have them as a side or add them on top of bowls. If I'm having maybe like a rice and a bean bowl or with some ground meat. They're really versatile and they're a great way to have some extra veggies in your day. Once I have all my pieces broken up, I do want them to be roughly the same size. Just making sure that none are super huge or super tiny. Right, then I'm going to put about a tablespoon of oil on there. You can use whatever you have around. When I'm doing higher temperature cooking, I like to use either a canola oil or a vegetable oil or sunflower oil. And I'm going to go ahead and mix it up, making sure that all my pieces are getting coated in the oil. You could use your hand at this point too, it might go a little faster. If I need to, I could add a little bit more oil in here, but I think my pieces look pretty great. Once they're all coated with oil, I'm gonna go ahead and just spread them out on my baking sheet. I wanna make sure that they're spread far enough apart that they're not super crowded on the tray. If they're too crowded on the tray, you're more likely to have them steam rather than roast, so you won't get kind of this nice golden color that I'll show you at the end. They won't be very crispy, they might taste a little bit more of a soggy texture. So spread them out as much as you can. You might need multiple trays or to do multiple batches. And then once you have your tray prepared, we're gonna go ahead and put it in the oven and roast it for 20 minutes. I would recommend starting to check after about 15 minutes, depending on the size of your pieces. They might look like they're done sooner than that. They also might need to go a little bit longer than that, especially depending on your vegetables. But this is a really great recipe to just stick it in the oven, set your timer, work on the other components of your meal, and then go ahead and check back and forth. And depending on how you like it, if you like it more crispy, leaving it in longer, taking it out, it's a really versatile recipe. After you roast it, you can add more spices if you'd like. If you have a spice blend you're really a fan of, or just plain black pepper is my favorite. So I hope you go ahead and get to try this on your own.